Hi, U-Movie Recapped here. Today I'm going to explain an action drama comedy film called Big Brother. Watch out and take care. Henry returns to Hong Kong after serving years in the US military. Now he wants to start a new life as a teacher. He applies to teach at his old school, Tak Chi Secondary. The principal is hesitant because Henry doesn't have any teaching experience. But after seeing a recommendation letter from a high-ranking official, the principal agrees to give him the job. Before leaving, the principal warns him that the class he'll be teaching is the most problematic one in the whole school. On his first day, Henry walks into the class and finds total chaos. Some students are sleeping, others are singing, a few are playing video games, and several are literally cooking ramen on a portable stove. Even after Henry enters, no one pays attention. They all continue doing their own thing, ignoring him completely. Henry tries to get their attention, but when that fails, he simply walks around and comments on what they're doing. He tells the kids making ramen to go easy on the sodium, helps a student named Zufa with his ukulele, and warns a gaming kid about staring at the screen all day. Slowly, the students begin to listen. He introduces himself and even writes his phone number on the board, but they all laugh at his terrible handwriting. One of them even prank calls him and tells him to leave. Henry laughs it off, but the class quickly returns to ignoring him again. Finally, Henry grabs a rubber band and some chalk and triggers the fire sprinkler system. The students scatter to avoid getting soaked. He finally gets their attention and officially welcomes them to his class. Later, 5 of the school's lowest performing students gather in the sports supply room to smoke. The leader of the group, Jack, has a crush on an A-grade student from another class. His friends catch him staring at her picture and tease him. Their group has a rivalry with the school's rich kids on the basketball team. The basketball players enter the room and mock Jack for being poor. Later, the basketball team is practicing when Jack drops a bottle on the court, causing the team captain to trip and fall. Jack and his friends laugh, but are given detention by their English teacher, Miss Liang. They prank her and run away while she's distracted cleaning her desk. Meanwhile, the school principal is stressed because the education board is about to cut their funding by 20%. While officials tour the school to see how funds are being used, Henry enters the class. Unaware of the prank waiting for him, a bucket of water is set up above the door. But with his military reflexes, Henry dodges the bucket easily, leaving the pranksters stunned. He then asks Jack for his cigarette pack, knowing Jack smokes. Jack hands it over, curious to see what Henry will do. Henry then asks Zufa to name 3 ingredients in a cigarette. When Zufa answers correctly, Henry lets him skip class for the day. This causes chaos as everyone wants to skip class too. Henry calms them down and hands everyone a cigarette, asking them to analyze it. Instead of lecturing them about health, he engages them in a discussion about smoking and its effects, including how tar builds up in the lungs. For the first time, the students are genuinely interested in learning. When the bell rings, Henry asks them to return the cigarettes, and although they hesitate, they agree. Later in the cafeteria, the basketball team captain trips Bruce, one of Jack's friends. A full-blown food fight breaks out between the two groups. Henry is told that 5 of his students are suspended. He finds Jack fighting in the hallway and stops him. Jack yells that the school is unfair. The rich kids never get punished. That day, Henry looks into the background of the 5 students. Zufa is the son of a Pakistani immigrant and is often discriminated against. He's frequently accused of theft in his neighborhood, but all he wants is to be a musician. Danan, the only girl in the group, has always been treated as a disappointment by her father because he wanted a son. She even cut her hair short and played with cars to earn his approval, but he still favors her younger brother. Bruce and Chris are brothers. Their mother ran away when they were young, leaving them with an alcoholic father. Bruce escapes reality with video games, while Chris works in a grocery store to support them. Lastly, there's Jack. Henry can't find any information about his background. Later, we see Jack working at a restaurant. An MMA gambler named Jianying shows up. When Jianying isn't looking, Jack steals his lighter but gets caught. After checking Jack's ID and seeing he's a student, Jianying offers him cash and a job delivering food. Meanwhile, Henry visits Zufa's home and sees him being chased for stealing a ticket. After finding out the reason, Henry supports Zufa's father. Later, to inspire him, Henry performs with a street band and encourages Zufa to sing. Zufa joins in. It's his first time singing in public after years of being bullied. At Bruce and Chris's home, their drunk father demands beer. When they refuse, he throws them out. The next day, Henry visits their father and convinces him to go to rehab. Danan's father tries to make her more feminine by gifting her makeup. Furious, she storms out, tries to take the car, but is stopped by Henry. Instead, he takes her go-kart racing and invites her father too. They race competitively, and when Danan narrowly avoids an accident, her father panics, thinking she's dead. But when he sees she's okay, they hug. Danan now knows her dad does love her. The next day, Bruce and Chris visit a rehab center for a school project. They are shocked to find out their father is the person they're interviewing. He tells the group how he turned to alcohol after his wife left. He doesn't reveal that Bruce and Chris are his sons, but he apologizes, leaving them in tears. Meanwhile, Jack starts working for Jian Ying, who gives him money to drug a fighter's drink. Jack is hesitant but agrees. On fight day, he's caught in the act and is beaten and locked in a locker. Henry arrives, looking for Jack. When he hears Jack calling for help, he fights off Jian Ying's men, even defeating their top fighter. Henry is injured and taken to the hospital. Jack tries to expose Jian Ying, but the man silences him. The media picks up the story of Henry saving a student, and he becomes a hero. The students now admire him and welcome him warmly in class. A flashback shows Henry as a prankster who once threw water balloons at a piano player during a school event, and even broke the boy's hand in a fight. That's why he had to leave for the US. From then on, the students work hard for their college entrance test. But Bruce becomes addicted to pills, failing his mock exam. Depressed, he jumps off a balcony and ends up in a coma. The media blames the school and Henry. The education board revokes Henry's license. When he leaves the school, the students chase after him, begging him to stay. Motivated by Henry, the students work twice as hard. On test day, they receive a fake text, seemingly from Henry, asking them to meet an hour early. It's a trap by Jian Ying to stop them from attending the test. Henry arrives, discovers the plan, and fights Jian Ying's men to protect the kids. As the students escape to the test center, Henry faces Jian Ying. It's revealed that Jian Ying is the same student Henry pranked with water balloons years ago, which ruined his chance to become a pianist. He blames Henry for destroying his dreams. They fight, and though Henry has the chance to kill him, he walks away, asking for forgiveness. The students make it in time, and all pass the test. Jian Ying returns to playing piano. Bruce recovers and promises to take the test next year. The principal is thrilled as the school receives a 20% bonus fund. Henry returns to teach another batch of students and uses the fire sprinkler trick once again. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching!